The Roblox TikTok community is one of the most depraved and degenerate subcultures on the platform. Based on my limited exposure to both TikTok and this subset of people, I've witnessed numerous videos casually showcasing disgusting Roblox content, ranging from inappropriate avatars suggestively dancing, to players engaging in explicit roleplays, and worst of all, widespread promotion of active Roblox condo games. This material isn't secretly hosted on the platform, nor is it buried beneath the algorithm, as if you simply search the term Roblox, you'll immediately be subjected to all of it. Because of this, TikTok has essentially become a primary hub for Roblox degenerates to discover, share, and access active condo games. There's thousands of videos blatantly advertising Roblox condos, and the most recently publicized one is named Tahu. Like any other condo game, Tahu's sole purpose is to provide gameplay mechanics that players can use to engage in explicit roleplays. The game itself, similar to other condos, is poorly made and plastered together with free models. But what differentiates it from others is how it evades Roblox's moderation. The game has been openly accessible to anyone for over 3 weeks now, which should indicate just how well the game hides its true purpose. Furthermore, their hiding tactic has caused numerous rumors to circulate on how to access its concealed elements, which in turn caused massive popularity. On the surface, the game appears to be nothing more than a harmless social hangout made for people of all ages, but in reality, it's a typical condo game filled with inappropriate mechanics made specifically to facilitate disgusting activity, and Roblox is seemingly unaware of all of it. If you search the game Tahu on Roblox's game search, you'll come across multiple different versions of identical looking games with the same name and thumbnail. Only the first one is relevant though, as it's the original, and is the one being shared around, while all the others are just copies with minor differences. Something you might notice immediately is that the game seems to have some heavy ties with Indonesia. The title, Tahu, is an Indonesian word referring to the food tofu, while the thumbnail is a low-quality image of the Indonesian food gorengan. The image is taken directly from this blog, hosted on the website Kaputra Tour. The reason the game's presented as an Indonesian food dish is because they're using it as a way to hide from Roblox's moderation. This is a common tactic used by other condo developers. The game's description states, "A place to find new friends and socialize with new people. Smiley face." The game was published on May 3rd, 2025, and as of this video, has over 4.8 million visits with 836 players active. The game has 10 different game passes titled simple things like Play the Game, Admin Power, Teleport, and Fun, with only one of them having an actual description. Now, before getting to the game itself, I want to take a look at the accounts it's associated with. The game is published by a group named My Secret Community, with the word community being spelt wrong. There's 3 roles: Sigma, second owner, and pemilik. The word pemilik being Indonesian for owner. The owner is a user named Anonymous and is seemingly just a generic placeholder account. The second owner role has 2 accounts in it, someone with a lot of G's in their name 1142 and someone with a lot of RNs in their name _2, both also being generic placeholder accounts, with the first one being made on the same day as Tahu and the second one being made just recently on May 29th, 2025. The game's Indonesian ties are further highlighted when you see the other group owned by Anonymous. Desa Indonesia is a pretty small group housing over 6 games, which are all content deleted, and is inhabited by placeholder accounts in its high-ranking roles. I think it's safe to assume that all these other games were all also condo games like Tahu, but unlike Tahu, actually got deleted pretty quickly. The last thing of note in relation to linked accounts is the Twitter account connected to both the Tahu game and the My Secret Community group. The account, named Layu Game, was also made in May 2025, and only has 2 tweets which were both made on May 17th, 2025. Both of them just show off Tahu's condo content. Based off all of this, it's pretty obvious that this whole operation is being done via alt accounts, so that there's no trace of who is actually behind this game. It's also made clear that the creators are Indonesian. Them being Indonesian doesn't really mean anything yet, but as you'll soon see, it does give us some leads on who the true developer and distributor of the game might be. When you initially join the game, you don't really see anything suspicious at all. You spawn in one of two places: a large city composed of free models, or a small forest city also composed of free models. The large city has multiple long stretches of roads connected to one another with buildings populating the space. It also has a teleporter near spawn that takes you to another location on the map. The smaller forest city has a few branching pathways with buildings and trees scattered around a small grassy plain and a small transparent cube in the center. This is where you're gonna see most players huddled up, both in and outside of said cube. Now, based on all of this, you might be thinking that all of this looks pretty normal, unsuspecting, and pretty boring. It's just two lazily thrown together maps with spawns put on each of them. Well, the game's intentionally made to seem that way so that it can hide its true purpose from both uninformed players and Roblox themselves. This game doesn't actually have only two areas. Rather, it has an entirely separate third one which houses all of its condo content, but its point of entry is purposefully made both difficult and misleading. Due to this, numerous rumors have circulated around on how exactly you're meant to access it. There's three main theories that are the most prominent. Wait in the transparent cube with 4 different players without anyone leaving or entering for 10 or 15 or 20 minutes. Buy the game passes for immediate entry to the secret condo map, or join a specific private server. For the sake of my journalistic integrity, I decided to put myself through hell and tested each one of these to see which one, if any, are true. With the game's initial popularity, the general theory being spread around on how to access its secret condo map was to spawn in the small forest city, gather 4 other people with you, and then stay in the transparent cube for a specific number of minutes. No one can leave, nor can anyone enter, or else the supposed timer would reset. The number of minutes varies depending on who you ask, but it's usually 10, 15, or 20. Now, what is set to happen when you do this is that either everyone within the cube would be teleported to the third map, or each person would be teleported individually. In order to test this, I joined a server with barely any players, but people would still leave or enter without me reaching the 20-minute mark, so I couldn't find out about the theory's validity. That is until I decided to take the best financial decision of my life. I friended 4 different gooners within the server I was in, spent 287 of my hard-earned Robux to purchase a private server, and then told the gooners to join me and wait 20 minutes in the cube. I went through 20 minutes of agony just standing in this transparent cube with 4 Roblox gooners, thinking that I would be transported to the hidden third map, but as expected, nothing happened. Thus, this theory is entirely false, and I lost 287 Robux. The second most widespread theory was that the aforementioned game passes give you immediate access to the hidden condo map. If you recall, I mentioned how there were 10 different game passes for the game, and each of them cost more than 500 Robux. The game passes are intentionally made very vague in their presentation, as their titles are generic words or phrases like fun, and only one of them actually has a description. This means that if I wanted to know if these game passes actually worked, I would have to buy all of them, which in total would cost me 9,131 Robux. And yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not giving more than 9,000 Robux to a condo developer for game passes that I'm not even sure do anything. So instead, I only bought the Play the Game pass, which is the only one with a description that states, "For the join game," which I must say is amazing grammar. So, in the end, I still had to give this condo developer Robux both for the Game Pass and private server, but at least it wasn't more than 9,000. After buying the Game Pass, I tested the theory that I would be immediately teleported to the secret condo map when I step in the transparent cube, but literally nothing happened. Likewise, all the other Game Passes don't do anything at all, and are only meant to steal Robux, as well as mask the game's true purpose. This means that this rumor is also entirely false. The final and most credible rumor is that to access the hidden condo map, you have to find a specific private server. As I said in the beginning of this video, and as I'll show later, TikTok is the main culprit for Tahu's rapid rise in popularity due to the various videos that were published about it. Within the comments of these videos are links to private servers that, supposedly, grant access to the hidden condo map. I used the attached private server links, but most of them were expired or just took me to a normal server. However, one of the links actually seemed to work. When I joined through this link, I didn't immediately spawn in like before. Rather, I had to wait in a queue exceeding over 100 people. This should show you just how popular this game is, and how committed people are to access its disgusting content. After a few minutes, I finally got in. As you can see, the map I spawned in is entirely different from the other two city ones shown off previously, and that's because this is the hidden condo map. The map itself is just a basic green baseplate populated by free model trees and what seem to be yoga mats. Directly behind spawn is a small burger shop with a simply furnished interior. Directly on top is another map, which seems to be the large city area I showed off before, meaning that this third map is hidden underneath it. Things might still seem somewhat normal, but that's until you interact with any of the aforementioned yoga mats. On all of the yoga mats are two sets of invisible seats. When you interact with them, your player begins performing very suggestive animations, which are obviously meant to be performed with another player for degenerate roleplays. Now, I can't, nor do I want to, show off much of this game, but just keep in mind that this is the entire purpose: walking around the simple baseplate and finding a freak to engage in a disgusting roleplay with you using these yoga mats. As you'd expect, the players within the game are also usually dressed in the typical degenerate way. They just walk around, conversating with one another, and asking if anyone wants to engage in this disgusting activity with them. The last thing of note is the tool you're equipped with. It's named Mainan, which in Indonesian literally means toy. Based on the context of the game, I'm gonna assume this doesn't signify something innocent like a child's toy, and is referring to something else that's, not good. And that's basically it. That's literally all there is. As you can see, the game isn't anything special, and is just another condo game with the typical disgusting mechanics, but due to how well it's hidden, it's gained a mysterious reputation that has drawn curious players in. Now you might be wondering how this is all done. How is it that when you join the game normally, you encounter two normal, unsuspecting city maps, but when you join a specific private server, then you uncover the game's true purpose? Well, I honestly don't know for sure, but I do have a possible explanation. What I think is happening here is that the creator published a version of the game with the condo map, made a private server, circulated the link around so that others joined it, published the game again, but this time a version without the condo map, and shut down any active servers besides the self-made private one. This way, only the private server has a version of the game with the condo map in it, while any other future servers will only have the two city maps. This allows the game to hide from moderation while still being accessible to anyone. Based on the information I've gathered, this is the only method that the developers could use. It's possible that I'm wrong and they're using an entirely different method, but in my opinion, this seems like the only possible way. Now you might be thinking, if the game hides its condo content so well that not even Roblox is able to find out, how is it that thousands of players know about it and how to access it? Well, that's where TikTok comes in. Tahu was made just a few weeks ago and has already accumulated over 4 million visits. The game didn't generate these numbers because it was naturally engaging or anything like that. It was consistently promoted on TikTok, which led curious people to check it out. One of the very first videos to shed light on the game was posted by a user named BeatingMeat7. Very creative name, I know. The video shows players in the small forest city map standing in an orderly line waiting to enter the transparent box. There's also text on the screen stating all this player lined up for a gooning game. As you can see, this video doesn't really provide any details nor any footage of Tahu's actual condo content, but it does elicit curiosity simply with the text on screen. After this, numerous videos began being posted on the platform, and as you'd expect, they're very easy to come across. If you simply search the phrase Roblox Tahu on TikTok, or even search up just Roblox, you'll be subjected to numerous videos casually showing off the contents of Tahu. Many of these videos literally show off the disgusting stuff in the game, so I can't really show any of them. Some videos even act as tutorials on how to gain access to the secret condo map, showing you step by step what to do. Again, these videos are readily accessible to anyone, which means they're probably gonna end up going to the actual game. Something else I want to mention is that the others searched for section on TikTok includes tags like Roblox Tahu how to join, Roblox R36 gulp milk, how to play Tahu in Roblox, and Tahu game Roblox link. Like I mentioned before, within the comments of these videos are links to the private server that contain the condo map, but something I purposefully left out was how many users also link to entire dedicated Discord servers that serve as a hub for Tahu players. Within the comments of the aforementioned TikTok videos promoting Tahu, there are several links that advertise Discord servers acting as a hub for Tahu players and as a way to stay updated on the game's private server link. The biggest one of these servers is named Tahu Game Link and is owned by a user named Mari. When you initially join the server, you're questioned on your intent to join and your gender. After answering these two simple questions, you gain full access to the entire server. The server includes channels like Game Pics, Join Game, General, and Show and Tell, which are all littered with disgusting images from Tahu and people just saying very disturbing things. The server is a typical condo Discord, but the main thing of note is the Join Game channel. Within this channel, the owner of the server, Mari, frequently updates the link to the private server that features the condo map. If the server gets taken down, she almost immediately updates the link to a new one. Now, you might be wondering, how exactly does Mari get the specific private server link that features Tahu's condo map? Well, this is where I'm gonna get a bit speculative. As mentioned before, Mari is the owner of this Discord server, which is the main source for Tahu's active private server link. Based on this, it might cross your mind that maybe she's Tahu's creator. Well, she specifically denounces this on her Discord profile, stating, "Not the game's creator." And if someone questions her about this, she just straight up denies any involvement. You can choose to believe this, but in my perspective, someone who runs a Roblox condo Discord doesn't really inspire trust. Along with this, there are some leads that point to Mari possibly being Tahu's creator, or at the very least, someone connected to it on a deeper level. The first instance of proof is how she's able to repeatedly provide a private server link featuring Tahu's condo map. Again, only a designated private server contains the hidden map, while any other server doesn't. The only way she's able to repeatedly know which specific private server leads to Tahu's condo map is if she made it herself, or someone close to the game's inner workings gave it to her. The second instance of proof is that on May 20th, 2025, she shared an image that I can't show of a potential prison life based condo game stating, "New game making in progress, better than Tahu, Prison Life Edition," suggesting that after Tahu, she would publish this game. Now, this might be some sort of twisted joke, but it does hint at the possibility that she's Tahu's creator. The third instance of proof is Mari's evident Indonesian background. If you recall, I mentioned how Tahu's creator was most likely Indonesian, as the game has several ties to its culture, and the main developer was also in a group literally named Desa Indonesia. Mari also seems to be Indonesian, as in the server itself, she speaks Indonesian several times. Now, it's possible that this is a coincidence, and because Tahu is made by Indonesians, it cultivated an Indonesian fanbase, but it's still possible that Mari is the game's creator. The fourth instance of proof is how informed she is in regard to the game. She knows that the game passes don't do anything, she knows that waiting in the yellow box won't do anything, she knows that the condo map is only accessible through a specific private server, and she knows that making your own private server won't grant you access to the condo map. These are very minute details only someone close to the game's development would know. The last piece of evidence is Mari's TikTok account, which she uses to advertise both Tahu and her Discord server. The account, named Sterna, is linked to her Discord profile. In the description for said account is the Discord server link and instructions for players to go to the Join Game channel. As of this video, she's posted 5 separate TikToks, with 4 of them advertising Tahu, while the latest one basically tells people to, ironically, go outside. This TikTok account was made for the sole purpose of spreading the game and her Discord around, and as you can see from reviews, it worked. All these things don't definitively prove that Mari is Tahu's creator, but I think it demonstrates that she's someone tied to the game's inner workings. Maybe she knows the game's developer personally, or is the developer herself. Either way, what she's doing is still wrong and inexcusable. She has an entire TikTok where she advertises a Roblox condo game to literally everyone. Her TikToks get thousands of views, with one having more than 800,000. She has an entire Discord server where literally anyone can enter without any verification. She allows people to post inappropriate images in said server. There's literal children in said server, and she shares links for anyone to access Tahu's condo map. Maybe Mari isn't the creator and just some random freak who's a fan of the game. That doesn't negate the horrible person she is for spreading the game around and making an entire Discord server for it. Tahu represents the culmination of a deeply disturbing subculture harbored within Roblox itself and TikTok, one that thrives on evading moderation, exploiting curiosity, and openly promoting degenerate content under the notion of a harmless social interaction game. Tahu is like any other condo game, poorly made, barely functional, built with free assets, filled with disgusting mechanics, and made for the sole purpose of explicit roleplays. But the main reason for its popularity is due to its advertisements on TikTok and the mystery surrounding it. The way it hides from Roblox and uninformed players is honestly something I've never seen before. You have to join through a specific private server in order to access the game's hidden content, while all other servers are intended to mask said degenerate content. As of recording this video, Tahu has finally been deleted after 25 entire days of being publicly accessible to anyone. The game ended with over 5.1 million visits and a 64% positive percentage. Yes, the game is down, which is a good thing, but it was given more than enough time to do what it wanted to do. Whoever made Tahu, whether it was Mari or someone else entirely, I'm sure they're gonna return. Either under an entirely new branding or the same one, but they will return. The group hosting Tahu, My Secret Community, is still untouched, and they recently just added another member to their second owner role, so I'm sure they're gonna be back. There's also multiple copycat games doing the same exact thing right now, so I don't think this problem will be gone anytime soon. Tahu's existence isn't just a moderation failure, but also an indicator for the growing disgusting community festering on Roblox. I do somewhat understand Roblox's delayed reaction against Tahu, as they were using a tactic never seen before, but 25 days is just insane. They should have picked up on this sooner and taken action right away. The platform needs to act faster when investigating games like these to protect its primary demographic, children. As it stands though, both Roblox and TikTok are contributing to a problem that's evidently worsening over time. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, subscribe, follow my Instagram at BlingMcQueen, and take care.